Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror Show Podcast. I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Fuego here.
Marcia Parker.
We are back after a lengthy absence from the podcasting world, and all of our video peeps have seen plenty of us, of course. But yeah, we haven't been on the podcasting end of things in a while, unfortunately. So
I can't even remember the last one I was on.
No,
same here, unfortunately.
I've been basically using some of our longer episodes as podcasts for a while. So. It's been a while. We're about three to 4 weeks behind at this point.
Wow. Oops.
Which is the longest it's been in
ever.
200 plus episodes.
200 episodes.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it took 4 years for me to finally be like, all right, I can use a break.
Yeah. I hear you.
But anyway, we are back, and we are going to be talking all about our con experiences this year between Phoenix Comic-Con and Mad Monster. Phoenix Comic-Con from a few months ago, and Mad Monster from a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
So let's go into it. We had our fun at Phoenix Comic-Con doing our panels. We only did 5 panels this year.
Yep.
And then we did a bit of walking around. I actually didn't do nearly as much walking around as I feel like we normally do. We did, I think, four interviews on the floor this year?
I think
it was
generous.
more than that. No,
Really?
because I talked to the album art guy. I talked to the young lady who had, oh goodness, she was just like a normal like horror like prop maker of sorts and stuff like that, and had different pieces of art. Also had the guy who did the phone for us. I know Marcia. Did you do any?
I didn't do any.
Okay, so
I know Dirk did one for his friend, but okay. So yeah, there was like 5 or 6 episodes.
Yeah, something like that.
And then we did our
not extensive though.
Our panels. Yeah, there wasn't a lot. There's been less and less horror stuff to cover at Phoenix Comic-Con. It feels like, or Phoenix Fan Fest, or now Phoenix Fan Fusion.
I feel like the panels are where the horror is. They don't really have a lot going on in the halls. Even the guest selection. I mean, Tim Curry was there, and I can talk about that. That was a highlight for me.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell the story.
Yeah, so I gave up the money, and I decided to do a family photo shoot with Tim Curry. So it was me, Pete, and my new baby, and we were dressed.
Totally not mentioned. Notice.
Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, like, so we were dressed apart. We had custom T-shirts on that had the kid reference Dairy Maine and the Losers Club, and then the baby was in a yellow onesie that says "We All Float," and so we got all excited. We could finally get up there. I mean, it was supposed to be super quick. We were supposed to go in, get in position, no touchy, no nothing. Just get your photo and leave. But what happened was, like, we got in, they told us where to sit, and they had me hold baby on one side and Pete was on the other side. And all of us, they take the photo, but then all of a sudden they're like, oh no, like something's wrong with the camera. Oh, so
you're like, so we're
just sitting there, and I'm like, what do I do? And Alex, he just starts going like, he starts grabbing onto Tim Curry's sweater and pulling on it, and I was like, oh gosh, because he's not in the best health right now. Yeah. So I was like, I'm so sorry, Mr. Curry, I'm so sorry. And he's like, oh no, it's okay. I like babies. They're delicious. I was like, oh my god.
That is a life-changing experience.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. So he's like, what's his name? What's your name? And it took him a little while, but he was able to, like, he was holding Alex's hand, and I was like, take the fucking picture. Like, what are you doing? And they couldn't get their stuff together because if we would have got a picture of him holding Tim Curry's hand, oh my god, it would have been the money shot right there. Yeah. So, but regardless, it was great. We got to, like, thank him for being so amazing, and he, even though, like, Alex will never remember that ever. We have a
27 years from now, you can tell him the story.
I'll be able to tell him the story. We have the photo to go with it. I even got a really awesome It poster. It was like kind of like that old circus. rendition of it, and it was the Tim Curry version, not the Skarsgård version. So I'll have the side by side of us with Tim Curry in our outfits next to that, and Pete was holding that poster in the photo too, so he'll have that together.
Nice.
Double down.
Yeah,
Cool.
if I had more money, I would have thought of having that actually signed and sent back. But at the same time, like, it was such a risk, and I'm sure they were really, and you can even talk about, the shirt and everything into that regards.
That's what I thought of just now.
Yeah, sending something out and hoping it comes back, and I don't know. I'm still waiting for my wine stopper hint. So,
who was that from again?
The guy with the phone.
Little corpse magnets.
Yeah. Part of my fault because I still haven't followed up with him either. But I'm like, well, now I want Predator. So anyway,
well, I think
but that's
just
my
reach
story.
out and he'd do it.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably just. I don't know. Maybe I didn't write my name clearly or something. I don't know. Who
that
knows?
might be the dopest memory of the entire con, though. That definitely beats out anything that I have.
Yeah, because I also did. I did one with. Oh my gosh, what's his
Was
face?
Cecil part of it?
Wesley.
Oh yeah, Wesley Crusher.
Oh yeah.
God, why am I skipping his name right
We're
now?
all missing his
Will
name right
Wheaton.
now.
Will
Yes,
Wheaton, and I love Will Wheaton, and like I don't know what it is. Like I was so caught off guard with his like standoff attitude.
Was it really?
Oh
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah, he's got that reputation.
Yeah, but
That totally blows my mind with how
I didn't even say like I loved your voiceover in Ready Player One. I love you in Star Trek. I
'cause
love
he
you in
read the
everything.
entirety of,
And you
the audiobook
mentioned
for it.
tabletop, and he. But I was just
Oh.
like, I was thrown off. Who else did I?
I think Beverly should have done a
have-
better job in raising this punk ass then, if that's
Yeah.
the case. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, I told him as we left, I was like, I really liked your reading of Ready Player One, and I really enjoyed tabletop. He was like, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And just as we were walking
Yeah,
out,
I don't know.
that's how the
it felt
photo
really,
ops go.
It really felt odd. Like I've always had fun at the other people that we did.
Field of Burn was cool last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Rooker threw me off too because he didn't even take his. Guys, I'm sorry.
He had sunglasses on the whole time, didn't he?
The whole time he kept his sunglasses and his hat on. Don't pay the money. Like, because he did that to everybody. He did that to all of his photo ops. And when I watched him doing his autographs and stuff at his table, he still had it on.
No, he was the same way when he did the, rest in peace, John Schnepp. He did the comic book shopping show with him, and he had sunglasses on, like, in the store, like, the whole damn time. And it was like, okay.
I mean, maybe he's hungover. I don't know. But I just paid $60 for your photo to put on my Walking Dead wall. Like, take off your shit.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Let them know how you really feel,
What?
Masha.
So, I thought the most fun I had in his line was there was a guy dressed up as Mary Poppins version of him for
from Guardians,
Guardians, which I thought that was really fun.
Yeah, there were a few of those walking around.
Yeah, he was a really good one though. But yeah, so that was my celebrity stories.
Nice. Well, there you
Fuego,
go.
did you have any particular stories from Phoenix Comic Con?
Yeah, I mean, there's not like an immense amount beyond the fact that I was originally going to be able to talk about my 3 favorite Stephen King stories ever live in front of an audience, and that's it's really sad that the biggest thing that sticks out to me is the disappointment aspect of the convention. But on Saturday evening when we were going to do the Pet Sematary 35th anniversary panel, there was not even somebody pulling the switch or anything. There was some mechanical malfunction, as they said, and they had to evacuate everybody from the entire convention center premises. And initially they said people were going to get back in. We waited around at that bar restaurant just kind of watching the lines and seeing what was going to happen, and they apparently never let anybody back in that night, and they ended up having to comp a ton of passes the next day for people who didn't get the full experience. They canceled the costume contest. It was, not to really throw Square Egg under the bus, but
it was a clusterfuck.
Yeah,
the
that
entire
really
event
sucked.
had a lot of problems, and that was just the biggest thing for me. But getting to talk about the stand and it was a ton of fun. I guess Thursday night when I kind of mulled around, that was cool. It was one of the first times in like 2 years maybe I got to walk every single aisle. But like you guys said, it's not like every horror kind of centric vendor. They're either very few and far between, or we've talked to them already, and we can't beat that red-headed dead horse and talk to the same person every year when they've got like 2 or 3 new pieces to show. I'm thinking of Pesci and a few others, and so Yeah, it's an event where as much as I love it, and I think, as Marcia said, panels is our best approach for advertising ourselves at that. Definitely wouldn't be having a booth again after that 1 year. And
not at a non-horror con.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless I would do it at San Diego, of course.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, I've seen more of the merit in just being at the horror-centric cons and maybe trying to branch out and see more of those. But I still had fun. I always have fun at Phoenix Fan Fusion, whatever the hell they're calling it. San Diego is getting bloodthirsty with people right now, which is the really crazy thing. Salt Lake just changed their name. I heard Emerald is changing their name. Everybody, they're really getting hard-lined about Comic-Con and their trademark of it, which sucks in my opinion. So
yeah, that kind of. I think it kind of ruins it for everyone. Like you could. I don't mean to jump ahead of you, Cecil, but I felt it this year. It did not feel like it did 3 years ago at all. Like maybe because I'm a veteran now, but like the excitement's not there. Nobody seemed really that interested. The costumes were kind of I didn't see a lot of costumes that really floored me. There was a few, but not like it had been. And then Saturday night, like that took a lot of wind out of the sails. The one panel I was super excited to talk about was Pet Sematary, and the fact that I didn't get to do that was really sad.
Well, we did eventually, just not there.
Yeah.
We did it here for the podcast audience.
Yeah. But she does raise a good point, though, man, and the fact that I don't know if it's a culmination of the previous year with the whole, like ammunition gun incident and the stricter regulations of cosplaying and stuff like that, but it's almost like a perfect storm of just people not being as excited about the event anymore, and maybe they are saving their money to go to Vegas, to go to Salt Lake, to go to some of these other places with these competing cons now. I hope that's not the case, because I have so many fond memories of Phoenix Comic-Con, as I always knew it as, from seeing, Stan Lee to Shatner to Bruce Campbell. I mean, they have had some impeccable guests before. They didn't really have as many heavy hitters, not just this year, but the last few years, and they're losing out to some of the competing cons. And I don't know. I just want to see them succeed and do better, even if they are canceling Fan Fest and stuff like that.
Fan Fest was a dying.
First year was fun when they had Michael Biehn,
but it was still a dying animal.
Yeah, it was. Maybe a bad idea, but was there any positive? I feel like
I liked all of our panels, of course. I enjoyed the Stephen King panels, but also the non-Stephen King panels. Doing the debate again was fun. The inter-channel debate,
that was cool. I saw some fans from it at some of the screenings and stuff we did.
Yeah, we did, and I wish Eric from the Death Twitch had taken it more seriously, because even he said afterwards that he would take it more seriously next time, because we did an actual debate and he wasn't really prepared for that.
He was goofing, yeah.
But it's okay. He's
a
great guy, and we were happy to have him out because he could take place in the other panel that we did, which was What Goes Wrong in Horror. I thought that was actually one of the better panels we've ever done.
That was one of the more comprehensive deep dives of discussion, man. Especially Dave going into it was really awesome.
I thought
some
that was
of his
a big
insight
help.
from just films he's worked on and stuff. I thought that was cool.
Really for
Cool.
sure. So that was fun, and God, I don't think we had. I didn't do any cosplays, did I? I don't think I did this year.
I thought, Phoenix Comic-Con?
No, not at Phoenix Comic-Con. So yeah, it just felt different this year. It didn't feel like I was as invested. It didn't feel like a lot of people were as invested.
Not just us, and not just our team. Yeah,
I do think getting in was better this time, but
much more efficient.
Well, better for the regular public. For us, it was never a problem when we started getting guest passes, because we'd walk into the big room. We wouldn't have to wait in any of the lines. We'd just go straight to the press and get all of our stuff and go right into the floor.
Even last year,
so
we definitely, all the controversy.
Yeah, we definitely had to wait longer, both this and last year. But
nothing monumental. I mean, did you get any cool swag or something? I mean, I collected a ton of the pops and stuff.
I only got a couple of prints. I got a print of Pitt, which I'm excited to do. I need to actually go get some frames for some of the prints that I have, because the Pitt print is pretty cool. But I have like comic book prints, but I don't have any room in the comic book area to put them up. So I need to figure out where I can start hanging them up. But I guess my room is empty. I could do them in there, but still. So it was okay. It just wasn't my favorite Phoenix Con experience.
I would get bold and say it was possibly my least favorite because of the
Might
fact
have
that
been.
I mean, last year, Marcia,
super
I mean, we all
excited
know
last year.
that American Horror Story panel was maybe
Yeah.
the best panel we've ever done,
Yeah.
as far as the fervency of fans, the fact that it was a smaller room, but it was so jam packed. Maybe the first Supernatural panel we did would rival
That was
it,
a great one.
but
The first Great Horror Debate was fun too.
yeah, that too, and they gave us the big room for that. We had a smaller room this year for that one. Yeah, but it just shows there's changing, sensibilities and stuff, and not that we're like left out or anything, but yeah, it's
I think a lot of it too is, I mean, a couple years ago when we were doing the panels, there was a lot of material to cover. I mean, we did a lot of Stephen King this year, and it was fun, but it also felt really almost burdened, like kind of like, okay, here's another Stephen King panel. Like, I know that's your deal, but it was like, if I like, oh, we're going to do it, and then we're going to do, talk about something else I think we had more variety, I would have felt a little bit more. I mean, I had to like digest and be able to like really talk about 3 very large books.
Well, and it's also tough though when we've covered as much as we have at this point, iconic shows like The Walking Dead and Supernatural and stuff like that, and you don't want to give like, a 1-year update,
You can't.
every single year,
No.
because it's boring the fans if you try to do something like that.
it's
I
too
think,
much.
and so we've covered a lot of the proverbial bases at this point. So that's where it's like, where do we go from here? And
I feel like we would have to jump to like maybe horror movie series.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, we could do a Predator panel, a Freddy panel. We could do something like
Well,
that.
let's we're gonna be taking in some other shows. We're gonna do lore. I found out that Channel Zero is dropping in a few days.
On Shudder.
Yeah. Oh, it's on Shudder now.
It's going to be on Shudder. Yeah.
I thought it was
I'm
like
not sure
August 8th. Yeah. So August drops the first one, and then September the second season drops on there.
Oh wow.
And then I guess the third season will drop not long after. So
I watched 2 or 3 episodes of Kano Cove, and that was the shit, dude. It was really, really good.
It was
genuinely creepy. Yeah.
I didn't finish the house one.
No End House.
No End
And then
House.
Butcher's Block is supposed to be really good too.
Yeah, I haven't got to. No End House was okay, but the beginning of it, and then I kind of like lost track of it. I don't know what happened. And because my DVR, you have to like change the name of the show because it doesn't because they changed the title. It won't continue, just record the series.
Oh, because there's a different subtitle to it.
You have to change it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with American Horror.
Lame.
Yeah, it's annoying, and I forgot about it. So I don't know how I'm going to find it.
I still need to finish the last Horror Story season whenever it becomes
never
available.
watched
I still haven't finished it. I have 2 episodes left.
That's it, just 2? I have a whole back
It's
half,
so
but
hard. It's not even the Halloween
so
episode.
bad.
I was waiting for that Halloween episode, and I was like, it didn't save it.
Oh no.
So, but I got Evan Peters does so good. I know we're off topic now, but Evan Peters did so good. I just wish it was worth watching.
I think we could probably return with the crossover coming and do another panel, like specifically about the crossover, perhaps next year.
I mean, we'll have to see.
See if
how
it
it goes.
interests us.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, there obviously it's 2 of the best seasons of the show in my opinion.
Well, 1.
Yeah.
I'm in the minority about that. I forget. Coven's my favorite season.
I don't know
Murder
why.
House is probably my second. No.
I don't know why you
I don't
like
know why
that.
I
I
like Coven that
love
much either.
Coven. But they're not bringing back my favorite chick, so I don't know. Oh well.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so
I love Taissa Farmiga. She's great.
Phoenix Comic Con.
Yeah, Phoenix
Yeah.
Comic Con.
That's about it for Phoenix Comic Con.
Just okay. So
And it's strange because they did it Memorial Day weekend, so it was a nicer weekend. It wasn't as hot.
they have done it Memorial Day weekend
The food choices were okay. I never ate there before, but I did.
before. Lots of food trucks and
I did partake in it on I think Sunday, and it wasn't that great. So I don't know. There was a lot of beer. I got to
we
drink
like beer.
that.
Beer's good. Yeah.
So there's that. I don't know. I don't know what it was this year, and I hope my attitude and the attitude of con changes. I feel like maybe I need to explore more of the actities.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe we all should.
like the parties and things like that.
I've been wanting to for the last couple of years.
I feel like it would change how, because we did everything else. We've seen the floor a million times. We're doing the panels. We're meeting the celebrities. That's been done. Like we should really look into maybe, into like doing the other activities. I think that will re-energize.
The problem comes when I realize that I'm old.
Yeah. And it's late.
Same.
It's late, yeah, because I'm there all day. I arrive early. Generally, our panels are spread out, so we're there all day long.
It's
taxing.
taxing.
And we're carrying shit back and forth to the car, which is inevitably a couple of blocks away.
And as our fearless leader, Cecil is there like first. I mean, him and Dave typically, and then the rest of us, kind of
Filter in and stuff.
Filter in,
but yeah, so it's very tiring. But yeah, every time, by the time I get home, and like once I've relaxed, when I'm at home, then I'm all of a sudden like, man, I wish I was over there to go join a party now, because by then it's like 9:30. I've showered, I'm feeling better, and then I'm like ready to go out again. But I'm like, by the time I get over there, I got to repark.
I wonder if we should think about maybe getting ahead of time, but maybe a closer room or something that you could lift.
I wanted to run by you guys.
I mean, we could do my hotel if I still work.
I wanted to run by possibly trying to go to Texas Frightmare next year, because people are already buying their tickets. Other YouTubers that we know, Bloodbath and Beyond is going next year.
If those
the Homicidal
Canadians
Homemaker is
go all the way
going
to
next
that,
year.
So does Nightmare on Film Street. They go to that.
I think AJ, Angry Joe, goes there, and I think we should do it. It's May 3rd, 2019.
Is it in Dallas or Austin, or where is it? I'm trying to remember.
I think it's Houston. I'm not sure. Well, I'll need to double check.
If it's
but I think
Austin, I'd be like, sweet, because I've been
well,
wanting
again,
to go to Austin.
Yeah,
Austin's
Texas is
shit,
one of
man.
our top 4 audiences anyway. So
They love horror
I think
in
we should definitely consider doing that. But that's
I'll go to Texas.
I'll go to Texas.
I'll
All right.
eat their barbecue.
So
and drink
I'll look
their
into that.
Shiner-Bock.
I'll look into that. But yeah. So let's see what else. You know what? I think that's all we have to say about Phoenix Comic Con, and I think I'm going to call this episode there because it's long enough to be
I'd say so
an
too.
episode in itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to do it. We will return to talk about Mad Monster. There's a lot to talk about there. So I know if we started that, it would be like another 45 minutes. So it'd make a long episode instead of 2 good length episodes. So thanks very much for watching and listening, you guys. I've been Cecil Laird.
Gracias, Jaime Fuego.
Marcia Parker.
And remember,
Stay
scared.
Table cat.